Alright guys, back with the rust bucket. Time to work on getting the windows to work. Alright guys, this is me from the future because I forgot I did not record any of the diag process. Kind of got into my flow state there and just forgot to record. So I first want to say, make sure you actually diagnose it instead of just going off YouTube videos online. Because before I started this, I was at work and I was bored. So I was just looking up videos of what it could be wrong. And one of the things that could be wrong is this wire right here. Could be split somewhere. So I went ahead and split the boot for no reason because it ended up not being cut there. And from there, that's when I actually went on to diagging why it was not working. So I'll put the link in description, but there is a website that you can use that tells you per car what each one of these do and what they're for. It's nice because it's interactive. You can just touch on whichever one and it shows you what it is. So through that, I found out that it's not this fuse box, but it's the one here on the driver's side in the engine compartment. Is this fuse right here. It's a resettable fuse, so if it trips, it just automatically resets itself after a certain amount of time. So what I tested for was the power leg right here, if it was at least getting 12 volts, which it was. And I thought the only thing in the circuit was this. So when I tested continuity from this output leg to the white, blue, and black wire right here, if it focuses, I just probed the back of it. There was no continuity, meaning the line was broken, but there is in fact a relay. This one right here, where the output leg of that 30 amp fuse up there goes to the 30 pin. So I tested continuity from the 30 pin to the output leg of that fuse up there, which it was getting 12 volts and what it did have continuity. So I had a good connection going from the battery or alternator, whatever, to that fuse, and then have the fuse come to here and then to this relay. So I knew none of that was bad. So then I tested the connection from the output of the relay, which is pin 87 right there. I tested continuity from that to the connector, because that's the last and final thing in between here. And there was continuity between that and this output here. So next thing I did was take a paper clip, stick it in that 30 pin for the power on, and bypass the relay altogether and put it in that 87 pin, and the windows worked. So the only thing that means is that there's something inside here of the actual fuse box that's bad. And one of the things with this model truck, apparently it's common for water to get in to that little corner and seep down the pillar here and into the fuse box. And you can even see some of the rust from inside it here from where it's built up. And so to take this off isn't too hard. It's 2 bolts right here, oh, right there, and 2 up there. And the whole module comes out, but there are 2 connectors on the side that you have to take out. Easiest way to get it out is try to take out those 4 bolts and push the whole box or fuse box forward towards the firewall and try to twist it so you can get your hand in there and take out those connectors. All right, so since I had to be quiet, I could not really talk during this, so I'm recording this after the fact, but you can see the module that I was able to get off of the truck there, and I brought it back in, and you can see all the corrosion on the lower pins there where the water kind of likes to sit. So we're going to go ahead and try to take this apart. Here's some more shots of it. There are a couple things that I want to check first before I take it apart. You can see the front kind of looks nice and clean there. But this gem module on the back of it, it kind of just pops right off. I wanted to check this, and there really wasn't any sign of really any corrosion in there, so I kind of just left it alone. I did take it off eventually, I guess, after this, but I had to get out these little bolts rivet things. I tried using a drill bit, but I found that just using a grinder, just to grind off the top, was easier for me, and I was able to just hit them through and they came right out. All right, next I took out all the fuses and all the relays. You can take a picture beforehand of kind of what they look like before. I kind of laid them out in order to, but it's not 100% necessary. I have that website that I can go off of, but next I have to take off all those little inserts for where the relays and the fuses go into. I kind of had to use a pick. The only picks I had available were the ones from Harbor Freight, and pick them out. So you can see them all laying here. Kind of got back to my desk on the inside, and I was able to actually take off the top of the module. Now that that is gone, those are off, and you can see all the damage and destruction that corrosion, if it ever focuses, there you go. So I feel like that bus bar, at least in the moment, is the reason why I'm not getting any power to the windows. And you can see them all taken out here. I laid them all out in order because I do not want to mess it up and have to finagle it when I'm trying to put it all back together. It's just easier just to keep it all in order. So you can see right there the corrosion pretty much ate away a good portion of it. So that will definitely have to be repaired. But I did also find another part that was broken, potentially even worse. You can kind of see it was fully corroded right there. It does not look good. And over in the corner there, it actually rotted off all the way there too, but it's only somewhat held together. So I had to repair those two parts. The rest of them all, nothing really was corroded all the way through. There was corrosion that was cleaned off, but nothing like what you've seen here. And now with these, I kind of plan on taking some 10 gauge wire or something, some solid core, just hammering it down and soldering it back into place. I know you can buy pieces for that specifically, but I don't have that, and solid core is free because I already have the wire. So this is kind of some before shots of kind of like what it looks like and also to help me. But here I got a bowl of white vinegar and some salt, and there's a bowl eventually for some baking soda and water to help neutralize the acid from the white vinegar and salt, because that is very corrosive and you want to make sure you neutralize it after it's getting done clean. So I let it sit there for 30 minutes or so, and I only go one by one board at a time because I don't want to get these mixed up. But if you do get them mixed up, there are part numbers on each one of these bus bars and also on the plastic molding for where they're supposed to go. So in case you do mess up something, you can find out where they go. So don't stress too much about that. Now I'm going to let this sit for a little while and get back. All right, got some of the bus bars into the baking soda. Kind of got impatient waiting for that one piece that was fully corroded through to kind of have that solution eat through everything before I put it in the baking soda. So I kind of took it out prematurely and just cut off the corrosion. And I went ahead and actually hammered out the exact piece that needs to be in there. And you can see here I soldered them in. I just used one of those really cheap Harbor Freight solder guns. They were like $6 from there. I do have like a Fantech one for more miniature type of soldering, but since this is very large pieces of metal, they act as a big heat sink. So that tiny little thing that I just pointed at, the Fantech thing, didn't really do the greatest job because it didn't produce enough heat. So I kind of put it in the mold here just to kind of get a little bit of a glob of solder on, and then I eventually took it out, put it in my little helper hands that I have for soldering, and soldered the back of it too, just to really make sure. And I did make sure I had continuity as well before this was all said and done, because I don't want to go through all this and have it not have continuity. All right, so you can see this board all cleaned up. I put some dielectric grease all over everything, and I did the same thing to the second board after that. Kind of see some of the progress here. I just want to really make sure the corrosion doesn't come back as much as I can. Here's some more shots of it, just a little bit as I go. And this is the next piece that I needed to solder. I had to make this little elbow, and I kind of, looks like I'm messing putting it up in here, but I kind of had a hard time doing this part just because there were such little pieces. And as I heated it up to solder, it would heat up the other side that I've already soldered, and the whole piece would fall out. So that middle piece that you can kind of see off to the left where the corner is, that was, if I were to do it again, I would just cut off a larger piece and make it a bit bigger. But this is the case, fully reassembled and everything. It took a little bit to get in there. Those little black nubs that hold on the bus bars into the actual plates are a pain in the ass. But I was eventually able to get it through, and now I'm just putting all the pins back in. You have to make sure to take a picture of what these look like, because these can be different per car or per truck. It just depends on the accessories that you have. The bus bars will be the same, but where the fuses are and everything can be different. All right, after all that work, finally got the module back in. Ah, jeez. I really hope so. I charged the batteries too, just because I noticed when I was taking everything apart, getting readings of like 11.8 volts from everything, so batteries needed to be charged. So, all right, turn it on. All right, that one works. That one over there works. So that one. Oops. Oops, wrong one. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank Christ. Windows finally fixed. I can put these stuff back in. Even my dog is excited too. But I think that's it. I'm gonna take her for a ride with the windows down for the first time. It's a nice day out. This is a couple days later. Just got done with some rain, so I'm gonna do that. I'll put everything back first and go do that. See you guys next time.